Today is the 11th anniversary of the Beach Bum update, and you're probably wondering why I didn't do this video a year ago. Well, my idea for the 10 Years Later series hadn't become a thing until prior to the Valentine's Massacre update. But I wanted to include the Beach Bum update 11 years ago today, November 19th, 2013, the first update to Grand Theft Auto Online officially came out, the Beach Bum update for Xbox 360 as well as PS3. The theme of the update was beach related, and at the time, everything was free. The game is built to receive new content in a variety of ways, including major paid expansions that never happened at specific points across the year. RIP GTA 5 story DLC. Anyways, let's talk about the vehicles. The BF Bifta, which is probably the best of the ground vehicles that we got. It's still a fun little off-road vehicle. We also got the Kalahari. It looks okay, but the Kalahari's always been rather slow. And then the Paradise van looks kind of cool, has a beach van vibe to it. And my personal favorite, obviously, is the speeder boat. Yep, the Pegassi speeder also came with the Beach Bum update. And believe it or not, one time, this thing was free. I believe I got it when it was free back in the day. I still have it on my Xbox account, fortunately. Plus, all four of those vehicles that came with the Beach Bum update were available to purchase by Franklin, Michael, and Trevor in GTA 5, such as the Bifta, the Paradise, both versions of the Kalahari, and the Pegassi Speeder. So along with the vehicles that we got, we had some weapons that nobody uses anymore. The SNS pistol and the broken bottle. Yeah, those were our first DLC weapons. And clothing. I think the clothing is actually still free. You automatically get that in your inventory, or you have to go to the clothing store to acquire it. But I think the Beach Bum clothing is technically free. The canvas hats, tank tops, t-shirts, board shorts, bikinis. I think there were flip-flops as well, if I'm not mistaken, but all that clothing was free when it came out, along with all the other items I mentioned. And like I said, I think the clothing is still free. There were also 30 jobs added to the Beach Bum update when it came out. They were obviously beach themed. That makes sense. Which include beach themed races, death matches, parachutes, LTS, gang attack. And there was a survival added, the Del Perro Pier survival. There were some other fixes and dynamic tuning as well, so that happened too. And another thing that was mentioned at the bottom of the Beach Bum update that just gave me some member berries, because it's the reason why I started my channel back in the day, was the email. So before we had the feedback page, where you could go to the feedback and you could give Rockstar your suggestions, they had an email. And it still might be active, but yeah, you could actually email Rockstar your ideas for content or fixes or improvements to GTA Online. And this is what it said. As we continue to tune and adjust the evolving Grand Theft Auto Online player experience in the weeks and months ahead, well, in this case, years ahead, we ask that you keep sending us feedback. Just fire over an email at gtaonline@rockstargames.com and tell us what you'd like to see implemented in future updates. I used to send emails to Rockstar all the time for all different ideas I had. And I don't know if anyone ever read any of my ideas or took any of my suggestions, but it got to the point where I felt like I was kind of wasting my time sending emails. And the fact that there were other creators out there making GTA Online content back then. At the time, I just had the political channel, but I was getting burnt out with politics. It happens. And I had entertained the idea of creating a gaming channel. And then finally, on March 2014, I launched this channel just over 10 years ago. And I guess you could say the inception of the channel, or the conception, whichever word you want to use, is thanks to that email address, because I kept sending email ideas and suggestions to Rockstar regarding Grand Theft Auto Online. And yes, I ended up using, I think most of those ideas I emailed to Rockstar as videos in the early days of the channel. So yeah, I do kind of owe that email address for giving me the seed planted up in my brain, which ultimately led to my channel, which is pretty cool if you think about it. And it's nice to have a little nostalgia there and looking back over the past 11 years. Now, a lot of people don't really think too highly of the Beach Bum update. They're like, oh, it's just a little update, nothing special. But it was the first update that we got. And there was some cool stuff, like the free clothing, the Bifta, and the speeder boat, which is still one of my favorite boats in the game. I mean, this thing is so sexy looking. It's such a beautiful boat. Still looks good to date. And it performs rather well. I think it is one of the best performing boats in the game. Well, at least at the top. Maybe not the best, but it's definitely up there, in my opinion, when it comes to overall boat performance. I know most people don't care about that. But I thought it was worth celebrating the 11-year anniversary of Beach Bum. It deserves it because, like I said, it was the very first update that we ever got in Grand Theft Auto Online. Of all the content I mentioned that came with the Beach Bum update, which one is the best in your opinion? The speeder boat, Bifta, S&S pistol, the broken bottle, or maybe the clothing? And overall, your thoughts, views, and opinions regarding the Beach Bum update, welcome, as always, below in the comments section.